Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Unprofessional Breakdown. And I got the one and only, the one that you guys been wanting to hear, my man
Yes,
Luis
sir.
Perez, bro. What's going
Let's
on,
get it.
bro?
Just chilling, bro. I actually just got off work. I'm trying to get my dog to get his shit together right now.
Hey, it could be the first time a dog is in the Unprofessional Breakdown. But yo, you're 6-1 MMA record, right? You're training out of Hot Box MMA and Fusion XL, right?
Yes, sir.
And I know Fusion XL is in Orlando. Hot Box MMA, where's that at?
We're located in Melbourne, Florida. It's just outside of US one. Um, my point of reference is always Burger Inn because it's like one of the bigger spots here in Melbourne and one of the best burger spots that we have around here. Like most of the
Okay.
people that come through Melbourne, they know like, oh, Burger Inn, or like they're like, yeah, I know where that's at. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Melbourne,
So
Melbourne.
how do you split your time between Hot Box MMA and Fusion XL?
So it really just depends like my work schedule, to be honest. Like I try to get a lot of the work in on the mornings if I work at night. And then if I work in the afternoon, then I'm trying to get, nighttime at a hot box. Usually because hot box is like more of a nighttime and fusion is more of a daytime, so it's like a little bit
Yeah.
easier to like split between both of them.
And without telling me where you work, what kind of work you do? Like what kind of
I'm a
business you?
server. I'm a server. So I
Oh, the
work in a
food
restaurant
business.
business. Yeah. I've done this for like 3 to 4 years now. It's so easy for me, like I'm a very outgoing person. So
Yeah,
like I get people, and it's like I'm just myself, you know what I'm saying? Like I just be like myself and like sell people whatever I think it's good, because I'm not that
okay.
type of person to like sell stuff I wouldn't like buy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I wouldn't be like, yo, like go get this, but then like you offer me that and I'm like, nah, that's just trash. Like, nah, that's not me at all. Like,
And that's the number one key in customer service, being truthfully, to the customer, being truthful and being honest is the number one key. So you split your time between Hot Box MMA and Fusion Excel. What got you into mixed martial arts in the first place?
so it's actually funny because it was Joe Rogan. Like I used to listen to the Joe Rogan podcast because I was playing semi-professional soccer and I was just kind of like spending too much time and like too much money, like because I was living in Melbourne, but I would have to drive to Orlando like twice a week to go practice, and then like away games. Like I remember what my last straw, I went to Jacksonville for a game, and it was like a 3 hour drive, and I played 45 minutes, and I was like, this is it. Like I was like, this is it. So I went and tried like a jiu-jitsu class. 'Cause I was like, oh yeah, like Joe Rogan's a jiu-jitsu black belt. Like that seems like it's fun. And then I was just kind of like, yo, this is lit. Like my brain just started like wiring. My first day I was rolling. Like that's like unheard of. Like nobody I know is like rolling on their first day. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And
cool,
it
man.
just it just clicked. Like I don't know. It's weird.
And how long ago was that?
That was about 2.5 years. I'm about to get to year three. I think in June or July.
How many days out of the week do you put on the gi, if you put on the gi?
I put on the gi a lot.
Good, good.
So it just really depends because I like to do both, and I started as a gi guy. Like my very first like 5 or 6 months, like I was just always in the gi. Like I barely used to train no gi, and then I didn't even start Muay Thai till I was like 4 or 5 months into. So
That's
I
dope,
used
man.
to be like strictly jujitsu, like strictly jujitsu.
I,
But I
I
do
like that.
I'll do like 3 or 4 times a week, to be honest with you, 3 or 4 times a week.
My personal belief is the more gi you do, the better it is fundamental, the easier it is to transition to like mixed martial arts and no gi. Everybody could argue against me. I don't give a fuck. That's just my personal belief.
I agree with you 100%, and I also think like when you're worried about grips, like like where to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you don't know grips, bro, I all the time that I roll with high level people, what they always go for is like wrist, like like
Wrist,
they always have good grips.
biceps. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they're gripping every time. Their grip is so superior to somebody who doesn't know. But
Yeah.
it's because they're so used to like, okay, like I need to go and grab here, I need to go and grab here so I can do this, and like they're always just thinking ahead. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
and I try to catch on to that. You know what I'm saying? So I can like soak that in. Like
That no, that's good. And you have the right mindset for it because you're still young. How old are you?
I'm 22.
22. Man,
Yeah.
you're breaking in at the right time, man. That's a
Yes,
perfect
sir.
age to start this thing here. So you're already a champion at a different promotion.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking to add the Combat Night flyweight title to your resume against a very tough opponent, Joseph
Yes, sir.
Rodriguez.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel
Sleepy
about that
Joe. Sleepy
matchup?
Joe. I like
I'm
Sleepy Joe, bro. I
I,
like Sleepy Joe.
I'm
I
gonna
like
get to
Sleepy
that.
Joe.
How do you feel about that matchup? You versus Joseph. You fought his brother, and now you're gonna
Yeah.
fight him. How do you feel about that
Yeah.
matchup?
I mean, I think it's a good matchup. You know, I like his call out. That's the first time anybody has called me out, so that just excites me. You know, like it's like a different, it's like a different person. You know what I'm saying? Because like
Yeah.
it motivates me. It motivates the hell out of me. You know, when
What
somebody's
was
like
your
trying to,
What was your reaction when you saw that video of him calling you out after his last victory?
I laughed really hard. Like it really brought joy to my heart. Like I cannot tell you how hard I laughed because I was like, wow, this is so funny. Like it's like I spent so much time like calling out people and like just trying to get fights, you know, and like bro, I was trying to fight in March 23rd in that combat night card so bad, but I literally the only offer I got was to fight Alex again. And then Alex got matched up with Eric, so I was just kind of like no opponent, you know?
Yeah.
So I tried really hard and it was just like when I saw that it just clicked, you know, and I was just like, yeah, like let's put the I texted Mitch right away, like let's put this fight together, you know, like this is the match to make, like, and
So
we
you
got the same amount of fights too, so he's got 7, I got 7,
yeah.
so it just
A-
makes sense.
And I know Joseph is to me he's a great guy. He's real tough, real durable. Everybody out of that camp at Dark Wolf, they're real durable. But you're man, for me as a fan, I'm gonna be calling it, right? Well, if Ramsey gives me permission, I'll be calling it. I'm excited to watch you guys fight. You guys always bring
Yeah.
it every single time and everywhere. The grappling, striking
Hmm.
doesn't matter. You guys are both
They
gonna
really
bring it.
don't.
You're gonna tear the house down. But I see that you and him been going back and forth a little bit online. Like, where did that generate? Where did that stem from? Specifically with
Um,
Joseph.
no, we're really. I mean, you know, I just like to keep it fun, you know, like I think it's all part of the game. Like
I love that.
I just think of shit and then I just like go and post it or like go and do it, you know? Like I'm very spontaneous. So like when I had the idea, like I posted like the picture of Joe Biden and then him and I was like, which is the real Sleepy Joe? Bro, I
Yeah,
literally just like thought of that and I was just like, I'm gonna post that. Like fuck it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like and I just went like, oh, they're the same picture, you know, like from the
yeah.
office.
You had a
And I
poll. You had a
yeah, yeah,
poll,
yeah.
and people voted on that.
Yeah.
That's funny. No, that shit is that I love seeing stuff like that on the local, on the regional scene because that's fantastic. That's what sells a fight. That's what
Yeah.
even people that don't follow mixed martial arts, they're like, yo, he got issues with this guy. Yeah, I definitely want to pay a ticket. Yo, Luis, how much is the ticket? And then they'll buy a ticket from you. So that's a
Yeah,
perfect way
and
to
Orlando
sell the
is my
fight.
hometown, bro. I grew up in Lake Nona. Like I literally lived in Orlando for like 6 years. So all my friends, like all my family, like they're gonna be there May 18th, you know, and that's just like even more motivation for me to just go and destroy this kid, you know.
Yeah,
And
so
I have no personal issue with him. Like, you know,
okay, that's good.
I yeah, I don't like, bro. At the end of the day, like, bro, he's like living a completely different life that I have like absolutely no idea what's going on, you know. And just the same way for him towards me, you know. I hope he don't got like some type of personal vendetta or something like, because I personally don't. Like to me, this is just fighting and just I'm just gonna keep it fun, you know.
Yeah, you're just trying to sell the fight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're
That
you're doing
basically.
everything. You're doing everything that should be done. Some would agree they would do it a different way, but like you said, you're doing it for fun. You're trying to cause a lot of traction on social media, and that's what brings the money at the end of the day. So,
Yeah.
um, whenever you decide to go pro, you already got all the marketing. You just got to back it up, basically.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, we all get like a 50-50 chance, you know? Like I
Yeah,
think it's a fighter's chance, you know what I'm saying? Like you get to go in there and try and do your thing and then I get to go in there and try and do my own thing, you know what I'm saying? And we all get the opportunity to go out there and do what we want to do. And you just got to keep
absolutely.
winning. You know, you keep winning, the doors keep opening. That's just how it goes.
What are your plans after this fight?
Um well, I would like to defend my belt against Bryce Wormer. He's fighting out of Tennessee. He's right now the number 1 in the Southeast. I'm the number 2 in the Southeast, number 1 in Florida. So I would like to test myself against somebody who is on the same level as I am, you know, before I go pro. Which I'm not saying Joseph isn't at all. Like, I mean, I'm sure he's got a good amount of level, but personally, like, I think I am gonna show out like I'm levels above. Like, I just think when we get to the fight, like my speed, my power, my grappling, like everything is just gonna be superior. That's just how I see it.
What What do you think is gonna happen in that fight versus Joe? Like, what is your prediction?
My
What
prediction
are you trying
is
to manifest in that fight?
I'm just gonna outclass him wherever it goes, and then I'm gonna get a finish. I can get a finish standing. I can get a finish on the ground. So he's just got to be really careful. There's no way to imitate my style. Like everything I do, like all my training partners, like they all tell me the same thing. Like, yo, I don't know where you're hitting me from. Like, yo, I don't know where you're gonna do. Like, it's like so unpredictable. And that's a very tough fight for anybody out there.
Yeah, especially an amateur scene. That's where a lot of people are learning and they're honing their
Hmm.
skills and getting it together. Where a lot of people lack is footwork, in which I think you have good footwork, and I think that Joseph has good footwork too. So, what's your motivation, man? What motivates you?
Bro, my motivation is my girlfriend, my family, my dog, and at the my teammates, like the people that surround me that bring joy to my life. Like, and that's a very hard thing. Like
Yeah,
the people, like when the people that I surround myself with, like I know they're special. Like when I go to Fusion, like I know there's people there that are so special. When I'm here in Hotbox, like I know there's people there that are so special. And like the vibes, like you can just feel people. Like, and I think energy attracts itself, because there's been so many people that like they repel me, but it's because of the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? And there's many people
yeah,
that attract me, and it's for the right reasons.
yeah,
And it's because like they say your light is gonna expose people's darkness. You know what I'm saying? And I think I'm that person. Like when I come into the room and I really like make the room really bright, people are like, "Bro, like turn that off," and like they don't like that. And then some people are like, "Wow, I can finally see," like I can see like what life is really like. People who are like real. And
yeah,
I
yeah.
think I'm one of the most realest people I know. Like if I think it, I say it, and if I feel it, I say it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
of
the
course, if
best
it's
way.
right.
That's the best way to be. Straightforward
Yeah.
like that. I feel like a lot of folks don't like me secretly because I'm very honest, with
Mhm.
them, and I tell people what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. And
Mhm.
in this game, there's a lot of people that want to get their dick blown and their dick sucked, and they want to hear that, oh, you're great. Like, no, motherfucker, you like that was terrible. That was a terrible
Mhm.
takedown.
Mhm.
And Mitchell's one of my best friends. We man, we go way back, and he keeps me on my track, and I tell him, and I keep him on his track. But that shit was garbage. Don't ever do that fucking move again. Straight up. And you need people like that. You need people like that. You can't be like, yeah,
100%.
man, that was great, even though it was a terrible technique. It was a terrible
Mhm.
left hook. You got sloppy ass fucking footwork that your feet are touching and crossing. Oh, you got great. Nah, man. Tell me that I'm trash. Cause that's the best way. That's how you get better.
Yeah. Yeah,
So where
I
you
give
from? What's your Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. So
no,
continue
no,
what
you
you were saying.
uh,
Uh
no, I was gonna say, some people just don't know better. So, like, it's
yeah,
hard for them to, like, I guess, point out things, like, but the people that know better, bro, they're gonna know, like, then they're gonna tell you, like, okay, like, you're doing this. Like the other day I was at Fusion, and bro, I was fucking just like terrible practice. Like just I was dying. Like my cardio was ass, like just I wasn't pushing it as hard as I should. And Jay was like, I'm gonna give you a D- on this practice, bro. And I was like, fuck, man, like I'm sucking ass. Like it's like this is not me. Like I know like I can take it so much more like
yeah,
higher. Like I can push myself harder, like and it was just like eye opening. Like sometimes you're not the best version of yourself, but somebody who don't know better think like you're doing all right. But somebody who do know better and see better in you is gonna point out like, nah, bro, this ain't you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And plus you're in a room full of killers.
A
Um,
hundred percent,
what
a
Whether
hundred
it's
percent,
at Hot Box MMA and Fusion Excel, you're in a room
one
full
hundred
of
percent.
killers. If I feel like in a training camp, if you have better days than worse days, you got
You're
to
doing
do
something
something.
wrong. Yeah,
You're
you're
doing
doing
something
something
because
wrong.
you can't go in there and best everybody every single day, you
Mm-mm.
know. And that's you got to change something. You got to move on. That means that you're at a different level, and then your teammates are not at that level yet. So you got to maybe go to a different place where
Mm-hmm.
you're not. where those guys are better than you, but only for your better, for you to get better. So
Hmm.
that's the best way to do it, man. So any sponsors that you want to give a shout out to, man? Like where can we find you on social media? Your gyms, like where can we find them? Any
So,
sponsors?
so my gym is gonna be BJJ Melbourne FL on Instagram. They're also on YouTube, Facebook, Fusion Excel again, Instagram. My sponsors are Retro Grappler. You can find them on Instagram. I have Cash Comms Tattoos. You can find them on Instagram as well. Um, the Better View Cabinets, another one of my sponsors. Rise Up Mental Health. Um, you can find him. He's a therapist, so you can find him on, I guess, Google. His name is Zach Hilton.
Cool.
Um, let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else I'm missing. Oh, and Flex and Flow. That's my girlfriend. She's a stretch practitioner, so she
Nice.
like stretches me and stuff, which keeps me like even better. Like my mobility and just like my flexibility, like it's taken a different level since I've started like working with her.
Man, that's you are one lucky guy, dude. You know how I have to beg my wife to give me a massage. But I'm like, babe, can you like step on my back or something? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got her that she does that for a living, like she stretches and stuff like that.
Mhm.
That's very important to do before and after training, man. That I wish I knew in my younger days. How important it is to stretch. And you're 22, my man. You already know the importance of it. Stretch, 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 because you'll be 35 in no time, and my body is like broken, dude. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'd be waking up some days and I'm just like, like
Oh
I'd be like
man.
trying to reach something on the ground. I'm just like, I'm old. Like,
And that's
oh
that's
man.
grappling. That's the bittersweet about grappling. It's beautiful. I love it. I love grappling so much. But then, like you stub your toe, your knee is twisted, and you're like, oh man. But it's just a beautiful. It's addictive. You can't stop doing it. Where are you from? What's your
Yeah.
background?
So I was born in Venezuela, Maracaibo. I was there till I was 13, and then I moved to the States with my mom and my brother. I have a twin brother, so we like just grown up together.
Oh, that's dope.
Um, and then I lived in Orlando for a while. I moved to Tennessee for like a year, and then I moved to Melbourne like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So I've been here
That's
for a little
cool.
bit.
Does your brother play soccer as well?
He used to. He used to. When we were in high school and all throughout, he played semi-pro for a little bit as well. But then he ended up just moving towards other things.
So you said you were semi-pro. So that means you're a better soccer player than Lucas Alexander.
Bro, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how. I can tell you for myself. I've never seen him play, but I'm pretty raw. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was varsity all throughout high school and stuff. So I was
That's a good
definitely
answer. I'm
like,
gonna send him this. I'm gonna send him this clip. Like, yo, look at this. Yo, he said he could take
we
you on the
we can
field.
we can run some soccer, bro. I would never say no to some soccer. I'll tell you that. We can
That's
definitely
dope,
run some
man.
soccer.
Yo, but Luis Perez, man, thanks so much for taking the time out of your day to talk to little old me. I truly appreciate that. Thanks for being on the Unprofessional Breakdown.
Yes, sir.
Much
Yes, sir.
success in your career. Tough opponent ahead of you, and I can't wait to watch that. I
Out
cannot
in
wait
two.
to watch that.
Out in two.
And peace out, man. Thank you very much.
I appreciate you, fam.